Do you like 3 mana 10/10s? Well, this is Shardless Agent. It's a 2/2 for 3 with Cascade, and I just bit my tongue and it hurt. Fuck. I can't. Okay. Let's try that again. It's a 3 mana 2/2 with Cascade, which means when you cast the spell, exile cards from the top of your library, and to exile a non-land card that costs less, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Now, it used to be you could hit like half of a split card at some point or another. They changed that because wizards hate fun, and they probably want to balance their game a little bit. So the current setup, this setup here, when you cast a Shardless Agent, you hit a Crashing Footfalls every time. So basically, as long as you've got Crashing Footfalls left in your deck, this is a 3 mana 2/2 that upon being cast, even if countered, still brings 2 4/4 tramplers with it. Pretty good. You then have its weaker brother, which is basically just an instant speed, make 2 4/4s in your opponent's turn. And then you just got a collection of like cards that people really don't like playing against. Isn't that every modern deck though, am I right? 4 Brazen Borrower. 4 Force of Negation, I still don't think is that good in modern, but let's not go into that right now. 4 Bone Crusher Giant, also known as an efficient removal spell that then gives you a card draw, and that card draw is always, I say efficient, it's kind of mildly inefficient I guess, but it always draws you a 4/3 for 3 that damages your opponent if targeted with a spell. This card is so dumb. I mean, I'm fine with it existing, it's not dumb enough to not exist, well, I don't know. Throne of Eldraine, what the fuck were they thinking? Jace the Mind Sculptor, better than all, once banned in modern, now that's legal, you see it occasionally as like a 2 or 3 of in some decks that look to control, and this deck feels control-y. 4 Subtlety, which I think is the weirdest part of the list. I guess we're a tempo deck, because we just make some 4/4s, we put their spell back on top of their library, and then we hit them with 4/4s. It doesn't sound very big and clever when you say it like that. But if you want to feel clever, casting Cryptic Command. Every time I cast Cryptic Command, I feel my brain expand. There's 4 modes, it does like 1,000 things. I fucking love Cryptic Command. It's probably one of my favourite blue spells ever printed. I'd like the mana cost of blue 1. There's something, I don't know, I don't want to use the word visceral. What am I looking for here? It just feels good. It looks good. I love this little pot. Wayne England did a great job with this art. It's kind of abstract, but it's not at the same time. I don't know. Maybe I've grown to love the art because I love the card so much. It says draw a fucking card on it. And then we got another Modern Horizons edition in Fire and Ice. Yes, we can tap stuff down, draw a card, we can ping some shit, I don't fucking know, who cares? It kills Ragavan, which isn't that relevant in modern, but it can be relevant. Our mana base is a shit ton of fetches that are still too expensive because wizards don't really put them enough. And then we've got Gemstone Caverns in here, so we can try and get a turn 2 Cascade, or turn 3 Cascade on the go. If we're on our draw, we can pitch a card from our hand, and we get an extra land drop, basically. And then our Sideboard's a weird one. Leyline of Sanctity, Leyline of Void. I mean, obvious shit. This is good against blue decks. We've got Angle of the Gods and Blood Moon. I don't have to explain this stuff. Well, I could explain it, but I can't be fucking bothered. These are sideboard cards, if ever I saw one, right? If you have like a one-of Chatterstorm in your sideboard, because you've got like a weird transformational like switching plan, or like a wish plan, I'll explain it. But when it comes to like, kill all the creatures, fuck up their mana base, counter control spells, fuck up graveyards, and fuck up direct targeting spells like burn, that's it! That's the sideboard. If you're wondering, this was by Mr. Fister, this deck. Mr. Fister went 6-0 and came second because of tiebreakers in the Modern Challenge on the weekend playing this deck. Mr. Fister is a fantastic online name. I believe it's referring to boxing. Mr. Fister may be a professional boxer. A Goldfish has dubbed this deck Blue, Red, Green, or URG, which is honestly an affront to creativity. It is a crime against art to call decks just an amorphism of fucking letters or colours. Fix it, Goldfish, for God's sake. I'm dubbing the deck Secret Agent Rhino Man. And before you say, I know there's a promo art of Shardless Agent being a woman, I assume there are multiple Shardless Agents in the universe, and they can come in whatever gender identity they want to. So yeah, I'm just going to call it Secret Agent Rhino Man, because men are better than women. No, I'm only kidding. I didn't really mean it. Don't cancel me on Twitter. But Secret Agent Rhino Man rolls off the tongue better than Secret Agent Rhino Woman, I think. Oh God, why did I even explain this? Someone's going to get so upset in the comments. And don't forget, this content and most of the content on the channel is brought to you by channelfireball.com. So if you're looking to pick up product through Channel Fireball, through the link in the description below, use the code Kenobi at checkout to help support the channel. And of course, a big shout out to Ultra Pro as well. I use their Eclipse sleeves and their wonderful Saturn Tower deck boxes. And well, who doesn't use Ultra Pro playmats? Because they are literally the best ones available. Look at this stuff. It's beautiful.
Game!
Our opponent leads with a Mistvault Bridge into Dark Soul Citadel on turn 2 with a Springleaf Drum. Signal Pest from our opponent as well. Frogmite from our opponent as well. We got some proper traditional conventional affinity going on here. And another Signal Pest. Thoughtcast from our opponent. Woof, 1 blue mana, draw 2 cards. This shit is broken. We're going to Petty Theft a Signal Pest back to hand to avoid 2 damage this turn. Take 3. They play another chicken that isn't a chicken. I talked about this on the channel before, but that's a claw. That's not a beak. The head is here. It's like an alien xenomorph head. It's very strange. Ornithopter. We drew a Force of Negation. We're now going to just cascade off of a Shardless Agent. Here we go, here we go. We hit Crashing Footfalls, we just cast it. Boom goes the Dynamite. We have 2 4/4 tramplers. Now bearing in mind, we can't actually block a Signal Pest or Ornithopter with any of the things on our board because they can only block by flyers. Urza's Saga. Oh no. That's going to make big bodies. We attack in the air for 3 or 4? 4. We go to 14. We go attacking. We now have Subtlety and Cryptic Commander, which allows us to counter or bounce things and make bodies. I'd probably tap down their team and bounce an Urza construct, although they probably won't make it in their turns. That probably won't work. They attack with everything. We crack our turn. Gonna just flash in a Subtlety here. It only puts target creature spell or planeswalker spell. These are permanents, so it actually doesn't do anything here. I really don't like this one in the cycle, but this deck did well in the challenge, so what the fuck do I know? Go to 7, play a Sojourner's Companion. The Companion's annoying because it means that they can... I want them to make a construct so we can tap it down, essentially. But that is not what happened here. We're going to smash in. They're going to make a construct anyway. Okay, they fell right into my trap. We're just going to tap down all their creatures and draw a card. Hit them for 10. Winner, Rhino Dinner. I guess both Angers and both Blood Moons are reasonable cards against our opponent. We don't have any actual artifact hate. If they're one of the modular variants, then Leyline actually does something, because modular involves another creature actually dying. But we're not going to bring that in against them, because we didn't see any modular stuff. They don't seem to be the hardened scales modular variants, but more an aggressive actual affinity deck. I'm going to cut 4 Force of Negations. I don't think they're going to be back-breaking like spells that we need to negate. I guess they could have a Dampening Sphere, or they could have the new Mirror to try and stop our Cascading, but yeah, maybe they will. But we can play even without Cascade, I think. I think this is a keep. We can suspend this on turn 1, we can cast this on turn 2, and then got this on turn 2 as well. I'm just going to hit a 3rd land for the anger. Tanglefoot Bridge into Mishra's Bauble from our opponent. Suspend Crashing Footfalls. Springleaf Drum off of an Urza's Saga on turn 2 is kind of scary. So we're going to see a fucking Urza construct thing next turn. I guess we could tap it down before the Saga trigger ticks up. That's something we can do. In upkeep, we're going to tap it down with Ice. Also draws us a card. We drew a Bonecrusher Giant, quite a good magic card I've heard. Frogmite from our opponent. Frogmite from our opponent. Do we see a 3rd Frogmite? Do we see the holy trifecta? The Frogtron? Okay, that's a 4/4. We can't kill that with our Anger of the Gods. We also can't cast Anger of the Gods, because we don't have a 2nd red. That's unfortunate. I guess we're just going to suspend. We're going to Cascade here. Just make some rhinos. The more rhinos, the better. More rhinos? No problem in the world cannot be solved without the application of more rhinos. I learned that in Rhino College. I'm actually fucking terrified of how big this construct is. How big is it? A 7/7? Fucking hell. It's a shame we can't just bounce it with Brazen Borrower, isn't it? That would be unfortunate. And they grabbed a Signal Pest off it too. And there's an Ink Moth next. It's shit the bed. If we draw a red source, it's going to be pretty gas, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to block my 2/2 to conserve life because it would die to anger if we draw a red source. We did not draw a red source. We instead drew Violent Outburst that we also can't cast, so fuck. Oh lordy, they come in. That's a lot of damage coming in. Okay, we're going to have to do some bouncing and some blocking. I don't like to throw rhinos under the bridge like this. I actually got a court order to stop me throwing rhinos under the bridge from the Rhino Courts of Southern Hampshire. We go to 11. Oh, Jesus Christ, we didn't even draw another head source. Okay, we're going to keep a Bonecrusher Giant. And by Bonecrusher Giant, I mean, of course, Stomp. Subtlety is definitely a tempo play, and we might actually be using it here. So I don't want this resolving and then drawing 2 cards. So I guess we'll put it on top of their library. Animate Ink Moth. Go to combat. Now we could stomp the Ink Moth. And that's what I'm going to do because my anger will kill everything else. Can't block these. Rough. Do you want to draw one more red source? That's so much to ask. That is not another red source. Okay, I guess we're just going to get in the red zone now. Start being super aggressive. I guess I kill the Signal Pest ahead of time because that will make their mana more awkward. Yeah, I think I do that. Kill a Signal Pest. And then their flying thing is 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's reduced by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's just reduced by 1,000,000. I guess that didn't do anything, actually, if I counted before stomping. Oh, look at all these bodies. Oh lordy, they bodies. Hopefully we'll draw another red source. I don't think it's unreasonable to want to draw another red source, honestly. This thing is going to be absolutely fucking massive. That said, when we kill the bodies, it will get smaller, and we can block it with rhinos for days. Go to 6. There's a 2/2 in the air. Oh, another red source would be lovely. This is a red source. It's a very painful red source, though. But needs must. Let's wipe the shit off of the field. And then we just got to keep rhinos back on blocks, which is awkward because this germ is way bigger than my rhino. It doesn't have trample, though, on the upside. So they attack. We, surprise, surprise, we block. Now, this will shrink the germ down to a 5/5 after this dies, but it will still survive no state-based death there because it's still got 1 point of toughness left. 4 damage on a 5/5. They play an Ornithopter, grow it to a 6/6. Should have played that before combat just in case. We untap and we draw this forest. Now they're going to equip next turn. So we've got to hold up Stomp. Can we hold up Stomp and cast Violent Outburst? We can indeed. That is our plan. We also have a Brazen Borrower blocker, to be fair. That said, oh, Violent Outburst is instant speed. We're good, we're good. We're going to do that on their turn. They attack. We Violent Outburst. We make 2 rhinos at instant speed. Go to blocks. We double block to kill the germ. Germ is dead. Play a 4/4. Jeez, that's a 4/4. I can't kill that with Stomp. They go to equip to the Bone Crusher Giant. We're just going to stomp the Bone Crusher Giant now. Get rid of it. They can still equip here by using the... They don't, because they don't want to. Okay. Play a Misty. Play a Bone Crusher Giant. Crack this fetch. Grab a non-shockland because we'll die otherwise. Hope they haven't got some like shocks in their deck. Cast another Bone Crusher Giant. Do I get in here? I think I get in here. I'm going to get in here. This takes them to 8, which means we can present lethal next turn. I love how much this looks like a Pokemon. Like a metal... There's a correct... Oh, we got there. 1v1 rooms. Non-league rooms. Got them. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Winner, winner, Rhino dinner.
Another one.
We face off against the Mustard Man. Let's fucking go. What we got? What we got? I'll keep this. We've got no 1-drops and no 2-drops, but that's because the deck doesn't play 1-drops and 2-drops because we're playing Shardless Agent. Strictly speaking, that isn't true. Of course, Crashing Footfalls is a 1-drop. You can suspend it for 1 singular green mana. This is an Inquisition of Kozilek. Do we want them to take our Shardless Agent? I mean, forcing getting pitching the Shardless Agent doesn't seem too hot either. We're going to say okay. Honestly, I am not a big fan of Force of Negation's free mode in Modern. I very rarely feel like pitching it for free is going to win me the game. I guess there are corner cases where it does, and besides that, you can just cast it for its 3 mana. I know it's weird, like you never want to cast an unkicked Rite of Replication, right? Because that's leaving value on the table. It's weird that people always want to cast these for free, and that's the opposite of value. It's literally the reverse. A second Inquisition of Kozilek is going to leave us with fuck all, unfortunately, but there's not a lot we can do about it. Thoughtseize follows up and strips us of all action. I guess we've got a lot of raw, good, strong top decks in all fairness. I'm going to crack some fetches now just to avoid drawing more lands. Oh, Poggy Champ, we've drawn Brazen Borrower. Now against some sort of attrition-based, well, Jund-esque deck, I don't know if Brazen Borrower is going to be that good because they'll just kill it. They've played a Daruthi Voidwalker. We're going to bounce that bad boy back to whence you came, you shit. We untap and draw another land, which is nice. That's actually the opposite of nice. I'm not very happy about it. They play a Voidwalker again. They play a Mardu flavoured land. Well, I say that. It's actually a Boros Sacred Foundry. But the point is they're not Jund like I was expecting. Now, comment section. I assume what's going to happen is I'm going to make a Brazen Borrower and they're going to kill it with Daruthi Voidwalker. And then can you adventure it off of the Voidwalker's activation? I have no fucking idea, honestly. They're not going to kill it with a Voidwalker. They'll kill it with a removal spell, obviously. Obviously, chat. Don't you at me in the comment section. You can't even at me anyway. Actually, no, I think you can at me. Try atting me, right? No, don't do that. My notifications. No kill spell, interestingly. Okay, so Shardless Agent into Crashing Footfalls is going to be gas against a deck like this that's trying to go hard attrition. We will put a Footfalls into exile by doing this, but they can't cast it off the Voidwalker for free. We've gone from having fucking nothing in hand to having a dramatically powerful board presence. Maybe Shardless Agent is going to be one of the better fair decks in Modern going forward, because, well, that didn't feel that fair, in all fairness. Will they push my Borrower? They do push my Borrower. Goodbye, Borrower. To the exile zone you go. Pass to our opponent. They don't know what the last card in hand is. We've played both the lands that they had seen off the Thoughtseizing Inquisitions. They've scooped it up. They don't think they can beat these Rhinos. That's interesting. They're so fair that, that the Rhinos are rough for them. I'm going to bring in Anglo Gods and Blood Moon, mainly because these kill the Voidwalkers, and these will really fuck up their mana. And as always, I'm going to cut the 4 Force of Negation. I guess it's good against Through the Breach. That's one deck they're good against. I guess against Control as well, you're happy to go 2 for 1 to get rid of the Teferi. We've got a Shardless Agent. It's going to get ripped out of our hand by hand attack. That's just the way it is. Do you want to put the Gemstone Caverns into play? Look, it's cool for playing the Shardless Agent earlier. Problem is, card disadvantage. I'm going to say... Oh no, fuck it, I am, definitely. Because I forget that you can discard lands to it. Goodbye, Mountain, you piece of shit. I don't need you anymore. You have no power here. Blunt Crypt from our opponent. Inquisition of Kozilek from our opponent. They 1000% hit the Shardless Agent because I think they're scared of Rhinos. And look, if you had lived through the Rhino Wars of 2020, you'd be scared of Rhinos too. They took our Bonecrushed Giant, suggesting that turn 2 is going to be a Void Thingamabob. So we're going to... Why am I so bad with fucking card names? We're going to play Misty Rainforest so we can bounce the Void Thingamabob on their turn. Stoneforge Mystic from our opponent. Oh boy. Are they going to get a Caldron when we get to bounce it after killing this? That'd be sweet. I just say kill this. Oh, they got a Battle Skull. That's why they got rid of the Bonecrushed Giant. I didn't bounce the Stoneforge Mystics, I didn't want to give them another ETB. We're going to make some Rhinos, then we can bounce the Germ on the Battle Skull and do some tricksy shit like that. It's Rhino time! Here they are, look. Everybody's favourite 3-mana 10/10. They have seen enough! They're done. They cannot beat the Rhinos. Wow, that's interesting. Something I think is really cool about Modern at the moment is it is a brewer's paradise. Modern Horizons 2 has brought so many interesting cards with it that allows people to try out new versions of Affinity or Tezzerator. I saw Jim Davis playing Tezzerator the other day on stream. Of course, the naysayers and the people who want to find as much negativity as they can. The people who aren't looking to have a genuine conversation about the health of the game or the long-term viability of their favourite hobby and just want to fucking bitch and moan will tell you that this was Commander Horizons. But if you play even a handful of Modern games, or just watch a Modern stream on Twitch for more than 5 fucking minutes, you become informed. And that's right, sometimes it's better to be informed when you make an opinion, as opposed to pulling one out of your arse. I've been Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet. Be good to one another, don't try and have opinions on things you don't understand, get vaccinated, wear your masks, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.